What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to continue reviewing guitar strings. Today is going to be the D'Addario XS. This is the last in the trio of coated strings. I just put them on the guitar. I let them sit overnight, and so we're just going to give it a strum right now. We're going to see how much they stretched, if at all, compared to some of the other strings we've been playing with. We're going to play them a little bit, get some kind of first impression feel from them, and then we're going to time travel to next week and see how they did after playing for a week and just kind of give you an idea of what I think of them. I will leave a link in the description to this video to all of the strings that I'm using in my little experiment here. So if you want to participate along with me and test some strings. I think it's really important. I think it's that you know, string technology has changed. And so do we see that? Do we feel that? It doesn't make much difference. So far, it has. And so let's see what happens this week as well. Let's go ahead and just give this thing... Oh, before we get started, do me a favor, like and subscribe, do all the things. Link in the description. DylanTalksTone right there if you want to get P90s like this or order a custom guitar or etc. We have all kinds of stuff at DylanTalksTone. So let's real quick just give this thing a strum. And I just want to see how out of tune it is after sitting overnight. All right, so it's pretty out of tune. Much more, we'll just put a number on it here in a second, but pretty much way more out of tune than the Stringjoy Orbiters were last week. All right, so high E is about 3-4 cents down. B is about 4 cents down. G is near as makes no difference, all right. D is about 4 cents down. A is pretty good. Oh, and E is real bad. Okay, so here's what I'll say. Okay, these strings are definitely feel coated. Okay, they definitely feel coated. There is a coating on them. Somebody said that they think the XSs aren't coated on the plain strings, but I doubt that because they feel very, very slick. They feel like Elixirs feel. They feel way slicker and way more coated than the Stringjoy Orbiters. Stringjoy Orbiters felt a lot more normal, but here's the cool part, I think. That these are much brighter and lively sounding than the Elixirs that we had in the first week of this test. So I would put these somewhere in between on my favorite coated so far are just on first impression feel and sound acoustically. My first choice is still going to be the Stringjoy Orbiter, and then after that is going to be these. They feel slick, which I don't like, but they sound really good. Where the Elixirs just kind of sound kind of dead. Now that's a preference thing. You might not like bright, jangly, fresh sounding strings, so go for the Elixirs. But if you like a more conventional sounding string, even though it's coated, these are definitely better. They were not as overnight stable after putting them on as the Orbiters were, and they also feel much slicker than the Orbiters. The Orbiters feel, they have the same amount of brightness, but much less slick, so I still like them better. And these are pretty good as far as they don't change the guitar when you put them on. So the neck relief has not changed. Now, after goofing around, let me just check this tuning real quick. Still moving around a little. Well, let's play it, see what it sounds like. All right, so they sound like a guitar. I would say they sound great, actually, especially for coated strings. Much better than the Elixirs. They are still too slick for me. Not my cup of tea. But I will go ahead and leave them on a week, and we will see what we see in a week, and I'll give you a report. So let's time travel into the future. And we're back. Part 2 of D'Addario XS. Let's just see with no sound. I swear these things haven't changed at all. They're like really good. I mean, they're just really good. They're still slick, but for those of you that want a string that just lasts forever, they're really good. They more or less, like over a day or so, I think they took a little longer than the String Joys to like settle in and be in tune all the time. Okay, so they're awesome. They're really, really awesome strings. So from what I would say about them from my perspective is I still really notice that they're coated, and I don't like that. You might. I'm not a fan. And I always say that good guitar strings are guitar strings that are just there and you don't really notice that much. And they don't jump out at you in any kind of way. They just sound good and they last a long time, right? Like, to me, that's what good guitar strings are. These I never really got comfortable with because they're super slick and I just don't like that. So they're Elixirs slick, but more conventionally bright, which is good. Still not my favorite. I like the String Joys better, but I can see where people would really dig these over Elixirs. So of the 3 sets we've done so far, all coated, I would say my favorite are the string joy orbiters, then these, then the elixirs, which I would actually never put on the guitar again. I do not like them at all. But yeah, pretty interesting. They stay stable after the first day or so. The string joys were better at that too. But other than that, you know, they're good. So now we're just gonna go, I'm gonna go kind of the opposite direction. We're gonna go to the cheapest strings in the whole test. Let's just put Ernie Ball Slinkies on there because I want to go from, you know, a slick set of coated strings and just throw some Ernie Ball Slinkies on this thing, play them for a week, and then we'll work through some of the more conventional strings as well, GHS boomers and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. They're good. I like them. I understand why people like them. They're just not my thing. Coated strings, though, it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing for me. I've never really liked them. Honestly, those string joys are the only ones I've ever really liked. And what's funny about that is you could say, well, you're biased towards the string joys. Yeah, maybe, because I've played them a bunch. But putting the other brands right next to them on either side of them sort of convinces me that the way I feel is, I still feel that way after doing this test. Because I'd tell you, I mean, you know, but these are really slick. So anyway, there you go. Thanks for hanging out. If you want to buy pickups or any kind of guitar parts, whatever, check it in the description. There will be a link to all the strings that we're using in the description of this video as well. If you use those links, it helps out the channel. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you in the next video.